a pretty even map these days. And
yeah,
I actually think players massively overrate themselves, how important side choice is. It's just, you're going to get both chances. Yes, if you're playing something that's ridiculously CT-sided, I can understand it, but it's not a big deal and certainly nothing to be disappointed about. But here we go. Let's get into this one. It's a very, very quick update. The other qualification match between Staehr and Forza, that's just gone to the second half of that final map. Staehr are winning 10-5. They're 10 T rounds on Nuke. So both two spots are up for grabs, and it looks like Staehr are very likely to grab the other.
Certainly does look that way. Nice pickup from XELLOW coming in early on into our game. Gets aggressive down mid. Nothing too flashy around it, but just, you know, harkening for a bit of info. Calyx, meanwhile, with the contact flashes, gonna find one. Imor goes bouncing in, ready for that angle. Like his life depended on it. Staehr with the USP. Oh, he stays alive, but he's not able to find anything off the back. Hyphen, meanwhile, slow but sure. Moving through, looking good. He's only able to get one, however, Staehr. 1 versus 2. Very, very low from the earlier exchanges. He decided to swap up his angles. It's surely going to go the way of Eternal Fire here. Those Glocks easily able to mow through. He has to get 2 perfect headshots. He's now given his position away as well. And that's not so good. Nice find coming in. XCloud will manage to take down Staehr. And that's going to be the pistol going the way of Eternal Fire.
Looking good. Looking very good in the process, though. Certainly take that one. Imor absolutely bouncing his way down the end of apartments. That was beautiful. But here we go. Sprout forced by is out. XELLOW, scout in hand. And Eternal Fire needs to be careful. They had a couple slip-ups on overpass. That could feasibly have been their map without a couple mistakes. So maybe they need to have kind of their wits about them here. No errors. They can't make any mistakes. Not when so much is on the line here. Fall into that lower bracket and there's a murderous row of teams. Get it done in the here and now. XELLOW taking Jules. First kill found. Oh, I'm nervous already. Sprout. Surely they're seeking out the reset here.
Looking that way. lauNX at the back end of the site. Yes, Calyx does get a kill, but it costs him a lot of HP, and lauNX is just going to give them all this room, try and get a sneaky one. XCloud spotted him. Flash comes in, needs to finish him off, and will do so indeed, but XCloud got a kill. Calyx gets the trade. It's just a bit too clunky from Sprout there. Still, 2 remaining. Eagles in play. Anything's always possible with this. Not if Imor's involved, though. He's going to find the 2K nice and easy. We'll get them mowed down and dealt with. 2 rounds on the trot for Eternal Fire.
Okie dokie. Got a little bit scary for a second, but reasonably okay in the end. I mean, they lose a few numbers, but those rounds are really about survival. As long as they keep this one nice and clean, it should be okay. Mactin out on Imor, so he can take a lot of space here. Not a big deal if he goes down. Double smoke onto the window. Just a small error, but make sure that doesn't happen later on when it could actually make a big difference. Some flashes here on refresh. Where's he playing? He is outside of the murder hole at the moment. He's going to try and flash over window. That gave a good flash off, and well, whatever the plan was, it's not really going to come to fruition. It would have been nice if we could swing on those flashes, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Fresh will find a head. I think that's about all they're expecting into this round. Staehr still alive on the back end of this smoke. Oh,
what?
Okay, I don't know why he stopped shooting. Must have been a lot of talking going on or something. It's kind of funny.
What's going on there?
He's gonna get a kill? Okay, no, he will actually go down. He nearly got a kill. Okay.
What's going on there?
I don't know. I don't know.
Guns are out. Guns are out. Okay, what do you got for us? Both teams, I mean, reasonably out of the loop with Mirage. I'm very intrigued to see what sort of approach Eternal Fire are going to bring. First time playing as a lineup. What's the call out of Major this time around? Imor does have an AWP, so that's a big weapon for their squad. AWP is heading over towards A. The AWP has the bomb as well. 2 players ramp. And it's just Major in towards top mid at the moment. Very slow stuff, and I'm questioning why Emor's over towards A. He's not really doing much just yet.
Not quite yet.
This is already looking a little bit janky. This feels on the fly.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They're immediately, to me, just looking very unsure of the move-in on this round. Zyphon's going to play up close, which actually could be deadly if he doesn't get flashed off properly. They're going to try and maybe flash him in. It's somewhat of a faux flash, though. Zyphon decides to smoke. Didn't quite dissipate time. The flash was a bit early. Oh, he's going to get mollied out as well. Smoke goes down to him to try and help his teammate out. Refresh only good for one. Zyphon down below goes completely overlooked. Are you kidding? There's a smoke there. That's so weird to me. Maybe lauNX is just doing his job perfectly at distracting the players away. Nonetheless, it's Major who finds himself alone.
Does get across short, but that bomb drop Tetris. I mean, he might get one killer onto Staehr, but maybe he should just save. Doesn't feel doable. XELLOW's going to find the frag. I think what happened was, by the way, that I think Refresh died near enough under that balcony that they kind of thought it was the same player. Sprout made a massive read there. They stacked 4A. They brought an extra player in from B. Got it perfectly right, just at the right timing. So huge credit to them. Reading the map very well. Eternal Fire just not applying enough pressure to keep Sprout thinking. Big read, big stack, and very important first gun round. And they kept a couple numbers alive. Look at XELLOW. Top spawn. Peeking Palace. X-Cloud is going to get a fight. Peeking around the pillar. And he can't connect. X-Cloud. Massive entry. And they're going to commit onto A behind it.
Those certainly are. Calyx looking good. Finds two. One through the smoke and one on the crack angle as well. I'll be kidding. Calyx has had a hell of a round. Staehr going to be left on 5 HP and dealt with. So there you go. Eternal Fire immediately back on the board with something a bit faster. Yeah,
I mean, of course, it takes X5 winning that duel. That's massive against XELLOW. I'm surprised XELLOW took such a wide angle. And, yeah, just couldn't connect. There's a lot of places the T-side player could have peeked from, and he just wasn't sort of ready for him to be down kind of up close and personal by one of those central pillars. Wow. Very aggressive stuff from Eternal Fire. I guess once you kill the AWP, there's no fear about being shot from CT by another AWP, so they were so ready to come out of ramp and accelerate behind it. Immediate pause from Sprout as they need to reconsider where this is going. They can't buy here. Only XELLOW and Refresh have the money. Wow, Eternal Fire have hit the ground running. They're making up for a lot of the wrongs on Overpass already.
Figuring out what to do in this round then, Sprout. Taking them a little bit of time, but they will indeed get it on board. Just trying to sort of figure out, you know, Eternal Fire really looking solid. These rounds have stepped up in sort of their speed and the quantity of players all moving together, but at the same time, Sprout had a really solid rifle to get one on the board, so Eternal Fire, I don't know how much they keep this up, but they are playing Mirage very fast at the moment. Good catch from lauNX. Drops the AWP. It's damage at the end of the day. It's kill bonus, right? A free USP is always going to get you a net profit. Ooh, okay. Nice shot from Staehr. Couldn't line up for the second.
They might not check Refresh.
Don't. 2v2. Got his hands onto an AK. Find himself a headshot angle. You never know what might... Whoa, pull off. He decides to go wide with it and just... gets kind of giddy. Zyphon was around for a trade, but cannot.
Big damage.
XANTARES gets the better of him, but yeah, very big damage coming in.
Yeah, that's
does get recovered.
Yeah, it is. In essence, it's still a win for Sprout, isn't it? They only invested a couple thousand and took, you know, at least well into 5-figure money off Eternal Fire with some of those frags. So, not a bad result. Kept that money very honest. AWP again on XELLOW. Where are you? He's got a good mid spawn. He's got options here. He could fast jump towards Catwalk. He could get down in towards Connector. See what he chooses to go for. Just a standard peek. Nothing too aggressive. Of course, punished last time with his aggression in towards Palace. And maybe thinks better of it. Slow around. Oh my lord. Look at the call here from Sprout. 5 mid start. Swinging off from Catwalk. That's a heroic special. We know where you got that one, Refresh.
Still, the old yoink and twist is to be effective. XELLOW opens up, and a lot of damage onto Calyx.
It's a good rotate from XELLOW, of course. All that noise off Catwalk, that's what inspires Major to go for it and peek. XELLOW gets just back in time, so well aware from that player of the kind of the windows that could be opening after giving us so much info in mid.
Solid find coming in from Staehr. XCloud, meanwhile, a little bit confused of where to go now that the kill he was after has been taken. He will find lauNX. This is so fast and aggressive from Eternal Fire. Trade is there from Refresh, though. 3 versus 3. And a flank from XANTARES. Means it's short-lived. Oh, no! A fluffy spray down coming in from Calyx towards short. Means it's all on XANTARES to find 2. He's got the first. Nade on top of the bomb makes the second a little bit easier, but it's still an AWP that he's got to get past. XANTARES knows surely a fake out. Surely he's not calling the bluff this early on, and XANTARES will make it out, but XELLOW catches him just as the smoke goes down. Huge frag. And that's the second secured. Only just.
This is getting very chaotic. This is kind of what I expected from Eternal Fire. They are ramping up the pressure. That was a 4-on-5, and there was a second there where they really could have won that round. Quite a lot if they'd smoked window over doorway. Even so, they've kept their CT money so much on the brink. This is a heck of a game of Mirage. Both teams, pivotal round. They have nothing in reserve. XELLOW adding connector early. Seems to be aware to the T side. They're not getting too aggressive. Flash is coming now, and actually Refresh is fighting from mid. Oh, they're getting out of dodge. That was so close.
Very, very close indeed. Bit slower out from Eternal Fire. Sprout, though, going to go pushing in towards ramp. Slowly but surely. Working their way around. Flash over the top. Nice pick up coming in from lauNX. Any assistance here from Staehr? Yes, there will be. But for one, they maybe need a little bit more out of this, and there's lauNX going to get that bit more. 3 versus 2 ensues. The bomb has dropped in such an awkward spot in the apartments. It's just going to slow down the progress of this Turkish machine.
Refresh might get eyes on bomb. It's going to be really close. Oh yeah, decides to stop pushing, slows right down.
Bomb has been planted.
Bomb goes down. There's a kit for XELLOW, there's a flash for Refresh. That's about all they've got to work with at this point. Slowly but surely. In they will roll. Major, the first line. Actually, it's going to be XANTARES, the first line of defense. He gets traded instantly to Major to find 2. He's got info on 1. Not quite sure of the second, I would imagine. Refresh gets the better of him. Defuse will come in. Is there enough time? This is another sort of close-ish call.
They need to stop doing this.
Yeah,
someone
really
needs to shout at them.
is
XELLOW's got the
uncool.
kit. Yeah,
But whatever.
It is whatever, but it hurts me.
It might not be one day. You know? He doesn't even retrieve the kit. Refresh is just allergic to kits, apparently.
Did we not have... We did have... Maybe it was when I was casting Challenger League playoffs. There was definitely a round where I saw someone lose because of that. And I'll never let them forget it.
Yeah, it's the worst thing in the world when it happens. Sometimes you get very unlucky and the one guy that didn't buy a kit out of 5, you know, is the one that ends up defusing 1v1. Those are really unlucky. But those you can maybe forgive a little bit that they're trying to play the economy to the nth degree. But when there is someone alive with a kit, you know, you need one of those dead people just holding tab at the end of the round to go, yo, Zyphon's got a kit, whatever. And they'll go for the defuse rather than the guy that actually clutched or... Sometimes it does happen, and we've been tested.
Big
so
read
far.
from Sprout. Really big read. They just block Palace. lauNX has come over. XELLOW's on a deep line in B apartments, so this is going to be extremely tough nut to crack. They've got so many players here.
Lot of players creeping in towards the apartments then. XELLOW first line, he's going to get that shot onto XANTARES nice and easy. That's a big name to be taken. Also, once again, having a great game. Down he will go, and now Eternal Fire maybe once again becomes stuck for ideas. Smoke over the top. Quick Molotov, quick flashes, but they're not quick enough. XELLOW is in such a great spot and just making mincemeat out of them. lauNX, can he chime in? No, he can't, but XELLOW's still alive at the back end of bench. It's too much. It's too much. Calyx and Immor against 4. Surely not. And XELLOW just keeps going. He's on for the ace. He's had to reload. He's run out of ammo, of course. Only 5 in the magazine these days.
Oh, give us the ace, Calyx. Come on. Backing off. If he dies to a wallbang, I will have a meltdown.
Not even going to consider that, unfortunately, but it is Sprout catching up.
Yeah, the money's out of balance as well, so it's kind of just a hero AK. Yeah, Sprout looking, making some really great reads with these aliens. I mean, that was all off the back of getting XELLOW set up in those apartments early. Kind of worked perfectly. They had 4 on A. If had Eternal Fire committed, I think Sprout win it pretty handedly. Eternal Fire go back. They have no knowledge. The North is on that such a deep line, and XELLOW can take a shot, fall back, rotates, come in, and even though XELLOW makes a show of it, I think even if he's not hitting so many shots, there's just such an early warning system that it would have gone pretty well anyway.
Pick up from refresh to come through. Calyx on this AK is the big man of the hour. A bit of nade usage, but unfortunately it's too late. Sprout are really getting their claws in now. Calyx going to eat this nade as well. Not all of it, but a fair chunk of it. Whew, that's a nice shot. Okay, and he keeps on going with the AK, but he just doesn't have any support at all. Needed a, P250 kill to creep its way in this round. So we're just looking at damage. And robbed a little bit against Staehr. That's unfortunate.
Okay, 5 apiece. Looking a lot better now for Sprout. Double AWP is out. lauNX on the second. We'll see how he chooses to deploy that one. And Eternal Fire. Well, they're doing their best to keep this a chaotic game. I still think there are more T rounds to be had here. I just don't want them. I don't want them to. I really hate these slow rounds with the AXX and, the fast rounds like this are so much more like them. So much more effective. Major goes in first, but unfortunately, the utility's not there really to help out. Refresh gets an easy one, and with XELLOW on this angle, Calyx needs to be so careful to clear in without dying.
The damage onto XELLOW, unfortunately, does not go down for Eternal Fire. So they are left still struggling, still figuring out this round.
Perhaps push. Staehr's taking space. He won't beat Calyx here to the bomb, but he's got so much information. lauNX is now starting to lean in towards the murder hole. Going to free refresh up a little bit to focus, I guess, more on the top connector side. And wow, Staehr is becoming the ultimate insurance policy here. He's going to choose to peek mid. He's going to flank in that direction as well. And Xiphon makes it all the easier because they have committed out a ramp, but they don't know about the flank. They don't know about the flank. Staehr collects XANTARES, and now this is just impossible. 2 remaining, and how do you even get a bomb plant here? It's so difficult. They have to kill refresh to make this doable.
You managed to take him down there, Alan, so the bomb's going to get planted. 2 versus 2.
No way.
Oh my goodness. Calyx keeps on fragging. They're just going to steal another round on the Eternal Fire side unless lauNX has got something to say about it. Nice find onto XFloud. Swaps across to an AK here. He does have a kit and he's changed up position. However, it might have been just seen on the old death cam. Couple fakes out from Calyx. Eventually does have to go for the hold. Got to win the fight.
He has a molly for default. Will he catch Calyx? I think he's got space. Oh, this could really work in his favor. He might not think it's playable right now.
Uh-oh. Calyx is kind of guessing wrong, though. Going to find the angle around the corner. Does get him in the end. lauNX will fall, and Eternal Fire snatch back the lead.
You can do a set lineup, by the way, that catches default and firebox. If lauNX throws that, he wins the round every single time. That's a little bit of a kicker. The molly isn't perfect. Ooh, pause comes in. I think Eternal Fire are kind of recognizing they had no right to win that round. I think that's why they're pausing. I can't believe Sprout dropped the ball there. They had everything 4-on-2. A bomb site Mirage is not an easy site to plant on when you're at that massive of a deficit. I mean, you've got to cover off jungle, connector, and CT. Sprout really need to have a hard think, and look what it's done to their money. That's a disaster.
Right, well, the money in the bin well and truly. We'll see how they roll back in here on that Sprout side of things, whether they have a little bit of something in their back pocket to perhaps steal a round away here. Certainly hope so, but ultimately Eternal Fire are the ones that are starting to dictate the pace once again. A run boost to come through from middle. Or not. Okay, deciding against it. XELLOW is the big man on this AWP, to be fair, so they do have to be sure of where they're going with it. Pick up onto XELLOW. He will walk away with that AWP now. They know that it's in action. Maybe it changes the way that Eternal Fire will approach this one. Down goes Xiphon, and Staehr is spotted. Two early exchanges, one going the way of either side.
You feel the tension. You can really feel it. XZ comes in, Molly under balcony, going to force refresh wide. He's caught in two minds, not sure where to look. XFlow punishes. Smoke coming over for CT, but XANTARES is already holding it. Player goes out by metal. That's XELLOW, and he hits the deck. That's the AWP as well. This is perfect for Eternal Fire. Sprout invested everything into this round. Two massive headshots from Staehr. At least makes it within the realms of possibility, but it's not enough. That was some heroics from the young Dane, but it just wasn't. It wasn't what they needed. They needed a lot more than that to pull that sort of round off. And now Eternal Fire have snapped the cash. They've weathered the storm and they're back into a commanding position.
Yes, they are. Certainly looking good from it as well. Eternal Fire will be able to pick up an 8th one, would assume. And they're just keeping this CT economy down in the bin. So, you know, a really solid round in and of itself seems to be occurring here, I would say.
I think Eternal Fire really need to keep 5 alive. They just need a buffer. This T side has just been brutal. Bit of cash in the bank. There's 2 rounds remaining after this one. Do a lot of good to ensure a couple buys. 5 out of mid at the moment. No risks taken. Sprout 5 stacking. Okay, 4. One player's going to hang around in window. That's Staehr. 4 stacking B on their USBs. See where Eternal Fire end up. There's a bit of a risk here of losing numbers. I don't see how they could lose the round, barring a catastrophe, but it'd be very nice to keep a lot of these guns alive.
Oh, with the X-ray off, you can see how hard a frag like that's going to be for XANTARES, even for him. He's a little bit of an anticlimactic one here. They're really, you know, not messing around in any of these rounds on the Eternal Fire side, winding the clock down as low as they possibly can before moving back through.
They shouldn't even... They recognize the buy, and they should. There's actually no reason to hunt. Why even waste the money? I mean, unless you want to get a bit of cash onto these Mac 10s, they can buy AKs in the next. That's the only argument. I think Calyx... Ooh, Calyx probably should die here. But somehow stays alive. Working out. Just lauNX, and Eternal Fire will claim that 8th round. XANTARES just hit the deck. Stage is low. Make it 2. Emor's near, and he's got an AWP, so fighting this is not the easier. And they actually do lose an AK, so... Well, it's not the end of the world, but it could have been a little bit cleaner from Eternal Fire. Look at this. 8-5. They have really come alive towards the end of this first half. First half here on Mirage. Sprout have got a lot to think about, and they got no AWP. No kits either. Utility is okay, but it's far from perfect. This is a tense moment.
pickup coming in from Imor. They were waiting for that one for a while. They're going to burst off the back of it as well as he finds two. Refresh, meanwhile. Trades out, but is that really enough? They've got the A control so very fast here, catching XELLOW completely with his pants down. Eternal Fire, speed, the name of the game. Imor and Calyx just taking those names. So easy. Staehr, quiet game from him. Uncharacteristic quiet game. And he's going to find himself a kill onto Major, but I think ultimately will look to save.
Colossal entries from Imor. I mean, that is unbelievable. The first kill, sure. I think the Zyphon kind of peeks into it, trying to cross bench, but the second kill, he just runs up, takes the duel, and wins out. Imor's not had the best map. He's not had the best map. It still kind of feels like the XANTARES show. Calyx is doing well as well, but big round. Big round from the Turkish Orpa, and the money, look at it for Sprout. Denying double digits here is now a huge ask with this investment. MP9, Scout, another MP9. It's not looking good at all for the Danish-Romanian mix. Eternal Fire seemingly out of nowhere. I mean, they're playing the most disciplined Counter-Strike I've seen for a while. They know what's on the line. They're taking far fewer risks than they would in lesser stakes games. And they can smell it. They know they're so close now. They may have even been touching distance on Overpass, but they've got a huge lead here. And then they are not going to squander this easily.
Well, Staehr on the crack angle with the Scout. Not really expecting too much from him, but the info's come in that they could quite easily be up short. Quite easily being the operative words. Above the connector smoke. XELLOW tries his best, but he's only got an MP9. Not really effective enough at this range. Down goes Zyphon. Staehr smokes off the main attack. They're going to go for him still, though, on this Scout. It's an awkward, cumbersome weapon at that kind of range. The MP9's a little better, but Imor's aim is too damn good. XELLOW has no idea where he is. 10th coming in, and it looks like Sprout are fully flustered here on Mirage. Down goes the final CT of their half, and Sprout will only have 5 rounds to speak of. We'll see. This T-side's going to have to be something else. Catch you after the break.
Embrace your destiny, slay your enemy, raise a legacy. No more apologies, trust your abilities, gather the energies. Pull yourself back together, been staying off track forever. Child of the nation, will seek redemption, time for salvation. Today is meant to be day of victory, time for history. Rebirth's a tendency, fight the entropy, channel your rivalry. You're praying for fortune to come, you're hearing the sound of the drums. It's too late to backtrack, but back your back now. Keep your feet on the road and stand up. You've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out, out. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out. Give all you got and show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out. Give all you got and show them how to make a miracle. Go save your team, be a hero. Take home the cup, be a star. They waiting for you, take aim, shoot your arrow. It's your time to shine, show them who you are. Stronger, gotta go faster, gotta get better, gotta work harder. It's fight or flight now, get up now. Go with the move, go for the goal, lead up the stadium, you know how it's done. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you back out. Give all you got and show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you back out. Give all you got and show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out, out, out. Stand up, come what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you black out, out. Give all you got, show him how to make a miracle. Stand up, come what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. The second half about to get underway, and then we will see who is going to be making it to Pro League, who's going to be knocked down into that lower bracket with a bit of heartbreak. Both teams, it feels like, have had opportunities, especially Eternal Fire, though, you have to say, right? They were neck and neck. It was right there. Couple more hurdles, and they could have been over in a 2-0 fashion. But they didn't quite get it. Here, they're looking good on Mirage, and I do not know what's going to happen if they let this one slip. I'm sure there will not be many happy people in the Twitch chat, many happy people at Eternal Fire. It's by all accounts a 10-5 T half. That's pretty damn good if you ask me.
Yeah, I'm not sure the Sprout fans right now are, can understand what's happening here. They've been unbelievably good during the stages of this playoffs. They've been so good in their first few matches, and now up against Eternal Fire, they've truly met their match. Sprout, a long way down. A long way down. It might be a reasonably even map, but it's still CT-sided. Pistol is pretty much a prerequisite. If they don't find Pistol, they have to get an early reset, or Eternal Fire can be so far in the lead. And on the CT side of a map like Mirage, there's just so many ways for them to win. That's the scary part now. XANTARES from Conference could be a monster. Emor can be everywhere with that AWP. Someone like Calyx or XELLOW might not have had the best days overall, but here on Mirage, they're showing up. Eternal Fire, they're so close now, and wow. Who would have picked them to be this far ahead going into the final half of this series?
Not many, Alan. Not many at all. I think ourselves included really put Sprout up there at the top, especially after what we saw yesterday. It was like, okay, checks out. We had a few, unknown quantities coming into it, XELLOW especially. Everyone's looking good. Everyone's together. Falcon, are a bit of a difficult team to contend with, the way that they play Counter-Strike. But they quickly put them away. So everyone, I think, was ready for this one to be another quick affair. Eternal Fire, very much also in flux and still figuring it out, in quotation marks, as a squad. We do have a minute here. Got a bit of a techie. So do bear with us. It should hopefully... We got the 2-minute warning, I want to say, about a minute and a half ago. So hopefully we should be back into the action momentarily. But, this is really going to let you stew in your pistol strat, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's no excuses now for getting something wrong when you had this long. Yeah. I will say, I think probably the biggest hurdle for Sprout out of 4 is communication. Given, XELLOW and Siphon not... Refresh played on Optic back in the day. He must have played... he played a little bit for Cloud9, didn't he? He stood in, but in terms of long tenure on an international lineup, it's not really there. So, Eternal Fire with their aggression, with their speed, the amount of pressure they put you under, it's a very different ballgame to a team like Falcons, which is more of set rounds or set plays. It's more obvious what's coming. A lot more communication required to play Eternal Fire, and I really wonder if that is the difference here. Eternal Fire making this such a chaotic game, and at the moment, Sprout, as concise and as good as the chemistry looked yesterday, they just can't produce the same Counter-Strike today for whatever reasons. And if they can't conjure some of that up, well, they're going to the lower bracket, and that's going to be a much harder route into Pro League than just winning here and now.
Yep. No one wants to be down there. No one wants to be down there at all. So we'll see. First port of call, of course, it's going to be XANTARES. They've got to deal with him, and then Major, the two experienced stalwarts of this team. Major looking good. XANTARES is going to lose his head. Staehr and Xiphon on the P250 is running rampant right now, and it is the very basic open execute. The right eye left dual Beretta finding Staehr's head. So 3 versus 3. There is no kit available. Great flash comes out, and Calyx is activated. Takes a bit of time, but he will find 2, and surely that's got to be enough. P250 hero Xiphon, he gets smoked out annoyingly. They're not even going to give him the fights.
Slipping through their fingers. I guess he's still going to go for it. I mean, he's lost some armor, so you couldn't even make that argument here. Eternal fire. It didn't look so great this pistol round. That was a 4-on-3 for a few seconds from Sprout. This P50s was doing a lot of work. And Emor just... I mean, have you ever seen a cleaner execution? That was that was ridiculous. Peeks out, immediate kill. Flashbang enables Calyx to swing, who'd been under balcony for so long unchecked. And now Xiphon is up against the world. It's going to have to take miracle shots. Probably needs to kill XELLOW immediately in there. And now this player's all around. Doesn't know where to look. 11 rounds and no bomb plant. Oh, if you're a Turkish fan, you're rubbing your hands together now because it's looking ever so close.
Well, they'll go back in with a nice buy. What's the plan for Sprout? It looks like they're going to eco and get the AKs as early as possible. Xiphon's got a deagle. Other than that, nothing. Or nout, as they say in my part of the United Kingdom. Nonetheless, not looking good at all.
Full eco. Xiphon's got a deal. Where are you? He is Biaps, so... Gonna need to catch XELLOW here in a jump spot, I guess. Gonna reposition. And I think XANTARES is hungry and ready to feast, let's say.
Very, very slow moving here. Gonna burst out through middle by the looks of things. Maybe a run boost. And again, maybe not. Good. Good. Activates XANTARES. He's only good for the 1, though. He does get traded pretty quickly. So that's somewhat problematic. Get the M4, chuck it out the map, maybe. Not a bad idea. To be honest, they've only got 1 more on the team. For the time being, they've got 40 seconds to try and find one. Headshot lands through the wall there onto Emor. No kill for him. Meanwhile, XELLOW coming in. Should be able, even at this range, to just mow them down with the MP9, I would say. Going in as quietly as he possibly can. There it is. Makes his money. Anybody able to get their hands onto that M4? Oh, Emor did. He did.
Oh, he did. Yeah. Just kind of just registered. I didn't think he was going to make it. Well, they only lose 1 for their trouble. It was a bit aggressive, but they kind of get away with it. And here we go. It's a bit of a bonus. Could they conjure up an AWP? It's just an M4 on the ground for now. So it looks like no AWP in play. Plenty of rifles, though. XELLOW MP9. Because he can try and use that up close and personal in the B apartments. Calyx, top spawn, out of window, nade down. Doesn't really connect. And now the take comes in. Sprout well aware there's no AWP. That's why they take it in that fashion. 1 flashbang as XANTARES is out in the open. He really didn't expect that. Big entry for Sprout. And they have to catapult. They have to, they have to convert this. They can't make any mistakes now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They have no room to work with at all. So that 1 kill has to be absolutely massive for them. And they need to watch themselves, make sure that they don't let it slip. All the same, moving towards A with the bomb.
Eternal Fire should take a risk. It's a bonus round. You don't really have the weaponry. You know you can buy again in the next. And they kind of are. They're slowly leaning over towards A. The only question is, will they be a little bit too late? Because Sprout are starting to make their way out.
Sprout are on their way. Slowly but surely, moving in.
I don't think they're going to check Emor in a million years.
Nope. How many does he get? How many does he get? Only 1, unfortunately, but maybe it's enough chaos that's been strewn. Calyx going to win out 2 fights there. 2 versus 2, therefore, so it's been brought back even. And I think he knows that there's got to be 1 on the other side of this smoke. Calyx with a huge round for Eternal Fire. Staehr going for the quick reposition. It's his only hope. I don't think that he's here. Molotov goes down towards ramp. It is planted for him. He gets a fight against one early. Calyx is there for the trade. Is there enough time for the defuse? He's not quite found the bomb. This is going to be close.
I think he's got it.
I think he does as well.
It.
It's still awfully close, though. Pretty much down to that last second. But yeah, that was a bit close, and he panicked, didn't he, towards the tail end.
I'm surprised nobody had a kit. I think someone should have had a kit. There were a couple MP9s there saved over, so bit of an error, I think, not to have a kit in play, or at least one. Maybe there was one down, but nobody had collected it. Either way, it's another round for Eternal Fire. It has dented their economy very significantly, but rounds are rounds at this point. Eking ever closer. Look at Sprout's investment. I mean, they might have 5 AKs, but the nades are so lacking here. Dealing with Emor on this AWP is going to be so difficult. They head his direction. They got no flashes anymore to push him back. And that is the worst thing ever for Sprout. They can't believe they just died to that spray.
Ooh, Calyx. Awkward little fight. Zyphon going to take down him, although with the spam. This is looking good for Eternal Fire once again, but Zyphon's got other ideas. 2 quick headshots.
Overzealous. Didn't need to peek that, XANTARES. Can't throw this away. They had a huge advantage. That was 5 on 3 for about 10 seconds.
Yep. And with the HP bars as well. It's all good. Calyx is
Big
really
kill.
coming alive these past couple of rounds. Look at it. He's 23 and 6. I didn't
Yeah,
even
he's at a
clock
monster
that.
map.
Calyx is really hitting it hot. He's giving XANTARES a run for his money. Major, meanwhile, great line here. Finds the first. Bomb not going to get planted. Wow, a clinic. An absolute clinic on both sides of the map, it looks like.
Calyx has been amazing. I mean, in a server that has Staehr, lauNX, XANTARES, he's outclassing everyone, and then some at the moment. XANTARES is doing his best to kind of stay close with him, but Calyx has just been brilliant. He's been playing that A-bomb site all of the CT half so far. And look at this from Sprout. They understand the situation. You save here, 10 map points. It's never going to happen. They're going to full invest Zyphon through the smoke. Smoke goes on the Molotov to try and make it all the easier, but he takes so much damage, and Emor's here. Calyx could bail him out from deeper, and this is a catastrophe. Eternal Fire surely going to close up to 15 here, barring some massive errors.
They are very angry. They are very, very angry on that Sprout side. It's coming out as frustration rather than that sort of impassioned play that you can see sometimes that does occur when, you know, you're on the tail end of some annoying lost rounds. This is frustration. This is desperation almost.
Yeah, this is over.
Shrouds on shrouds on shrouds.
There's no way back now.
Damn.
I can't believe it's in this fashion. I can't believe that Sprout, you know...
Even the best of us, man. Always capable
Sprout
of some
looks
kind of
so
crumble.
good for the last few months. Granted, the major was a bit of a blip, but come on, that is... We're talking elite level competition. They got straight into the legend stage, which in a sense, they were out of their depth. In a sense, you could definitely say that. It'd be a fair,
early on as
statement.
well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Since adding these Danish players.
Eternal Fire, a team that is brand new. They are most certainly ranked quite far below Sprout. Even after a few months, I don't expect them to be quite as high as Sprout are at the moment. So this is quite a shocker. And with 10 opportunities, Sprout, I mean, you'll keep playing, you'll keep trying. You've got to keep this, you know, one round at a time mentality. But, I mean, to say there's no margin for error would be the greatest understatement of all time.
Well, no better time than the present. This buy is really not good. Really not good at all. And they are just playing super slow, hoping that a peak comes from somewhere, right? A player gets overzealous, overconfident, given the fact that it's 15-5 right now.
Tension is palpable. Even Eternal Fire are playing a very passive round for their standards. Look at this, 3 on B. Of course, there's been a lot of A stacks, there's been a lot of A rounds. They clearly feel like it's going to be B. But as we can see, the bomb is heading in towards connected. This looks like the wrong stack and a lot of pressure now on these A players.
a lot of pressure. lauNX is going to make sure that it goes to boiling point over the top. So there is just 2 remaining.
Save,
and,
lads.
yeah, a save would be the move. Got to give the full respect here. You never know how it might pan out. Major, though, is still looking.
They've got such breathing room that I'd be stunned if it made a difference. But was a window here to save. They stacked the wrong site. That's how the cookie crumbles. When you've got this many chances, that's not a problem. You can keep taking risks. They just can't be, you know, absolutely enormous ones. Major's going to peek. Does find 1 kill, but swiftly traded. And that's 6 for Sprout. So a little bit easier on the eyes. There's a bit of a callback, by the way. In the season 15 conference, I was coaching Endpoint. We were playing Eternal Fire. I think we were losing 14-3 on Mirage, and we won the map. So, not completely unthinkable, but only by those that were watching that game could even believe that this is possible.
Well, Eternal Fire straight down into the doldrums with this, so going to be somewhat of an anticlimactic one, I think, from them as well, unfortunately, but hopefully they give us a bit more to work with.
I'm happy they
soon.
haven't bought loads. I mean, how many times do you see these sort of rounds where people are buying, you know, there's a few armors in the mix, there's some nades, and it's just like, guys, you know, the economy part of the game literally has no factor anymore. Just play for, you just want to maximize those rounds right now. Big full outsiders. As soon as you give up a couple entries, immediate saves. That's all they got to play for. They have stacked the right site here, to be fair. So Sprout need to have their brains locked in here. No mistakes.
Major going to be the first. Well, he was for just a second the first one to be felled. Jesus, all the kills come in at once. Even XANTARES as Deeg. Okay then. Everybody chiming in for that. There's 8 more rounds here for Sprout to pick up. Eternal Fire, of course, are going to have other things to say. They've got themselves a pretty decent buy here. Need someone with a kit, probably XFloud or XANTARES. There we go. XFloud holding on to cash, I think, to be... No, okay, he is going to spend. I was going to say maybe a mule for the AWP, but not the case.
Ooh, I thought he hit that for a second. But not quite. Any more repositioning. 2A ramp for Sprouts. Bomb is top mid. Why is there wants to be some sort of A split here? And actually, those A guys are going to contact. Them are giving up no noise cues here. Maybe they heard the scope, but Calyx isn't really looking this direction. Nobody's covering off ramp. They're getting a lot of space here.
Siphon. Okay, nearly
no.
crept in between the lines, but not going to happen for him. He was going to get the rest of the squad to join him as well, I would imagine.
That's so
Reposition.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
I can't
Very
believe
unfortunate.
it.
I mean, another half second, he gets the kill onto, I think, was it
Yeah, there was the one.
XFloud?
I think he could have killed both in connector if he got out. Calyx was looking Palace so trained the whole round as well. Look at this repositioning. Eternal Fire. They've got the stack on B. What a call. It's a bait setup at the end of the apartments here. XFloud. Right down the end. I think this is over, Scriv. This is going to be so hard to clear the setup.
Yep, not looking good. Down goes another XFloud. Whoa, loses his head to a no-scope at that range, but it's flashy. Unfortunately, it's not really worth too much. XELLOW with 27 HP and a dream. Only 20 seconds to do it in, by the way. He does have the bomb, but it's just so tough. And down he will go. Eternal Fire. Although a 16-7 to close it, I mean, there's nothing that you've got to take away from that. They will be our first team, as far as we're aware, to get that spot over at ESL Pro League Season 17. I think they are going to be the second, judging by what you said, but nonetheless, they managed to get it over the line, and they will see themselves through to join...
Saw did win 16-6. Wow, what a day of Counter-Strike so far already. Saw